You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Behind the back! Are you serious? No hesitation on the shot. Ms. Rice feeling it. Make it 3 for 3. And Ciolino, see you later. Here's a chance for Sias, and there's a shot and a goal. Will Spare will take it all the way. Touchdown Seahawks. The extra look and the goal. A gorgeous goal by
Well, it's about as good as an environment and an atmosphere in Nassau County that you could hope for. It's Friday night under the lights, and it's the first round of the Nassau County Conference 1 playoffs here at Oceanside High School as the number 2 seed, the Oceanside Sailors, coming in at 7-1, take on the number 7 seed, the East Meadow Jets, coming into tonight at 4-4. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Oceanside High School. Welcome to Charles R. Mossback Field in Oceanside, right on Skillman Avenue. Matt Short is with you as we get ready for the Nassau County Football Championships and Nassau County Football Playoffs. And after a spring season that saw a champion in Massapequa defeating Oceanside on this field, we have a trip to go back to normalcy in a sense, an opportunity to return to the Big Four Championship for both of these teams, and an opportunity to get back to Hofstra's Stewart Stadium. Oceanside trying to do that for the 5th consecutive year, and East Meadow was a Big Four championship a year ago, falling in the first round. They are trying to pull off quite an upset tonight. Well, Oceanside, of course, they are led by Nassau County's all-time leading passer in Charlie McKee, a 4-year starter, reigning Thorpe Award winner, and as efficient as they come. I mean, if you look at his numbers on the season, they are fantastic. Over 1,500 yards through the air. He's completed over 75% of his passes, so he is incredibly, incredibly efficient. For East Meadow, you know, they look back at the regular season meeting that was an Oceanside victory just a couple weeks ago in Week 7. It was a 37-14 Oceanside win. And they know they could clean some things up. They saw some things on tape that they would like to correct and try and create some opportunities here for themselves. Brian Surlis is one of their starting running backs, and a 3-running back set. He's got over 450 rushing yards in the season. He's efficient. He averages close to 8 yards per carry. So from an offense perspective, these two teams are going to be very different from what you will see in terms of style, right? Oceanside has a lot of passing. They do really, really well in the screen game. East Meadow, they're a bit more traditional 3 backs. They run with a fullback. They use a tight end, and they are trying to really keep the ball away from this Oceanside offense that is potent. And, you know, this time of year, Rob Blount, the head coach of Oceanside, has a trick or two up his sleeve as well. So East Meadow is in the road white uniforms with the navy blue numbers pants and the yellow helmets with Jets on the logo of the helmet. Oceanside in the home gray uniforms with the matte white finish on the helmet, along with the deep navy blue numbers and Oceanside on the chest. East Meadow will receive, and they will move south to north, right to left on your screen here at Oceanside High School. And the kick is off, and we are underway into the end zone. And a touchback, and that is where East Meadow will start out with the ball. They are led onto the field by their senior quarterback, Patrick Spinola, number 12, an all-conference player a year ago. Again, they're not going to throw the ball too heavily. He's thrown for 400 yards on the season, rushed for another 180 roughly, and 7 total touchdowns. A captain for this East Meadow team. And they have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line to start things off in the first quarter. Sun, the field half in sun, half in shadow. A man in motion is Torino. Run off to the right side and a few-yard pickup. About 3 or 4. Pretty good first down pickup for East Meadow. So let's take a look at the offensive starters for the Jets. We've heard from Spinola. The fullback is Matt Rodriguez. Jake Barker, the tight end. Brian Torino and Brian Surlis are the running backs, with Shane McIntyre, the wide receiver, and Nacionales Arbitello, Abitabili in the center, Zabala and Fisher, the offensive line from left to right. I'm going to get Joe Abitabali's name by the end of the night. That one was tripping me up all day when I was talking to Coach Frank Baglivo. 2nd down and 6. Spinola dropping back to pass. Overthrows his intended target, Brian Surlis. A high pass, and that'll make it 3rd and about 6 for East Meadow. Take a look at the Oceanside starting defense. A 3-4 front that the Sailors switched to a few years back. Stalter, Moskovitz, and Miller, the defensive line. Hickman and McGann, the outside backers. Lyson and Broderick inside. The corners are Zinzi and Cairo, with Mecca and Kramer, the safeties. 3rd and 6 coming up. Off to the right side, not a whole lot doing there for East Meadow. Picked up about 2 yards there, so that makes it 4th down and 4. And after a good first play from scrimmage from East Meadow, they will be forced to punt in their own territory. So Oceanside, in this first meeting between the two clubs, they got out to a big lead early on. And they knew what to expect against these Jets. Good snap, end over end kick, takes an East Meadow bounce at the 45-yard line, continues to roll into Oceanside territory, and the ball will die at the 28-yard line, touched down there by Brian Torino. And that is where Oceanside will take over. A short possession for East Meadow, just 1 minute and 39 seconds elapsed. And Charlie McKee, the Stony Brook commit, will lead his team out onto the field. Again, a career 67% passer, 8,279 passing yards coming into tonight, 85 touchdowns, 20 interceptions to go along with 24 rushing touchdowns in his career. And Frank Baglivo said we got to watch out for the screen game. They really ran some of their short stuff incredibly well against us in meeting number 1. Empty backfield for Oceanside to start things off with McKee in shotgun. 3 receivers up to the far side. McKee will drop back, throws over the middle, and it's short, intended for Michael Mecca. Mecca coming into today, 2 receiving touchdowns on the season. He's caught 24. And we'll see the rest of the Oceanside starting offense. We've heard from McKee and Mecca. Nick Cairo, the tailback. The other wide receivers are Nick Ebel, Logan Lyson, and Ronnie Kramer. And the line from left to right is Corvino, Ray Diaz, Andrew Cagno, Joey Broderick, and Justin Alvarez. An Oceanside squad that is a little banged up, missing some key guys over the last few weeks. Motion for Oceanside. They'll give it up the gut. Plenty of room to run for Mecca. Mecca over the midfield line, down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 27 yards for Michael Mecca and Oceanside, and the Sailors are in East Meadow territory. Boy, nothing too fancy there. Oceanside now going no huddle. Here's McKee off to the right side, and it's caught right side all the way down to the 10. 5, touchdown, Oceanside. Little screen pass. We talked about that, how East Meadow was concerned about it. And plenty of room to run, plenty of room to operate. Good job by the offensive line to set that all up. And excellent blocking down the right side of the field as well. On for the point after. High snap, but it is down. Kick is up. It's got plenty of leg, and it is through. So Oceanside comes, and they go 72 yards on their opening drive, and they take a 7-0 lead over East Meadow here from Oceanside High School. We'll take a break. We'll step aside on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media.
Jake Pernichev on the tremendous catch and run for Oceanside, resulting in a touchdown. The junior wide receiver going 48 yards off the pass from McKee, and McKee's got his first touchdown of the day. And the kick is through the end zone for the second touchback of the day. And Oceanside is in business early on. So East Meadow on the road, trailing. And they've got their work cut out for them. A team that struggled early on. They lost pretty much every starter from the spring season a year ago. So because of the quick turnaround, they were just 2-2 after the first month of the season. They were kind of finding themselves as the season went along. Here's Torino, and we'll have a whistle, and it looks like movement against East Meadow, pardon me. And this is going to back up the Jets 5 yards. And talking to Frank Baglivo, he was saying just the amount of guys that they ended up moving around this year. Even if you look at their right tackle, Daniel Fisher, the senior, he started the season as a wide receiver and then moved to the offensive and defensive line in week 3 against Hicksville. So guys that went from football to their spring sports and then right into summer, there wasn't a whole lot of time to put in an off-season plan, weightlifting, anything like that. So teams were kind of building the plane as they went, in a sense. Torino goes in motion again. Here's a run to the right side, option for Spinola. Spinola pitches it out to the right side for Torino, and Torino gets a good chunk of that yardage back out to the 25-yard line. So a pickup of 10 and really making it second down and manageable on the way. Ronnie Kramer on the stop for Oceanside. So they mark it officially as a 9-yard pickup. It will be second down and 6. So if you're East Meadow and you're looking at things optimistically so far, despite the 7-0 score early on here, is you've had a couple of plays where you've gotten big chunk yardage over 10 yards. Now it's a matter of can you string those things together. Shane McIntyre, the lone wide receiver, split to the near side. Man comes in motion, pitch to the right side, a little misdirection. Here's Torino up the right side, across the 40-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. Some misdirection by East Meadow, and Brian Torino able to move out to the 40-yard line. They officially mark him out of bounds. So back-to-back big plays for Brian Torino, who is their second leading rusher coming into today, behind Brian Surlis. Also tremendous defensive presence for East Meadow. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Man in motion. Here it comes to the left side, and another first down for East Meadow as they are into Oceanside territory. Brandon Cabrew on that carry. Cincy able to force him out of bounds, and East Meadow with a good drive and a good response here so far. As we have 9:22 remaining in the first quarter, Oceanside a 7-0 lead off the catch and a run from Jake Paracher. A give right up the gut to the fullback, Rodriguez. Not much doing there, a pickup of 1 yard. And brought down by Logan Lyson in the middle, and McGann as well. And Oceanside without a couple of guys today, including Matt Rosler, 3-year varsity player, got hurt in week 2 against Syosset. He dressed tonight. He's got the uniform on, still wearing a brace on the knee. And they're hoping that if they get to the county championship game, that he might have an opportunity to step back out on the field. 2nd down and 9, option right side, pitch to the right side for Torino, and dicey is Torino able to just grab that by the fingertips for no gain as Kyle McGann came up with a big stop. East Meadow must see something on the left side of Oceanside's line. They're running a lot to the right side. Joseph Arbitello, the sophomore guard, he's really their pulling lineman. And you could see him in effect today. And he's a 2nd-year starter, started as a freshman. First freshman lineman starter on the varsity for East Meadow since Massia did it about 8 years ago now, as he's a senior up in New Hampshire. Some motion, and it'll be a keep for Spinola. Spinola bottled up after a pickup of 2 or 3. And boy, what an aggressive play by Cairo and Ronnie Kramer. Cairo tried to strip the ball out. And the play was already blown dead. So it's 4th down coming up. Decision time for East Meadow as they are into Oceanside territory. The ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. You've seen what Oceanside's offense can do. It's a team that you don't want to get behind too much, as they are a team that averages 33 points per contest through the regular season. East Meadow looks like they're going for it on 4th down and 6. Shane McIntyre split out to the near side. Man in motion, it's Cabrew. Give to the right side for Torino. Torino bottled up right at the stick. And that'll be a turnover on downs. A tremendous job by the Oceanside defense swarming to the football. That play pitched to the right side for Torino had worked really well earlier in the drive. They had gotten some big chunk yardage out of it. But not that time, as the ball is placed at the 45, ends up even being a loss of 1. And Oceanside will take over. 6:43 to go in the first quarter. A 7-0 Oceanside lead. It was a 48-yard touchdown pass from Charlie McKee to Jake Parachev. Little screen pass, catch and run for number 15 of Oceanside, and he's split out to the near side along the numbers right now. Sun continues to set the entire field almost in shade. A look to the left side, good coverage by Shane McIntyre, but a flag comes out. McIntyre might have went over the back as he was defending Jake Parachev. And then it looks like another flag thrown after that. I don't know if one of the East Meadow players maybe said something. 2 flags are down at the moment, and our head referee John Woodburn over talking to the East Meadow sideline. And it looks like they are going to mark the first down or put the markers at the 40-yard line, which was after the pass interference penalty. So there were some things that, talking to East Meadow earlier today and talking to Frank Baglivo, he was saying there are things that we feel like we can do, but we have to execute perfectly in order to do those things. So far, a couple of penalties and a big one there on first down. Puts the ball at the 40-yard line. McKee looks left, looks right, now runs a little bit, getting pressured, trying to run to his right. Good block along the right side for Oceanside's Logan Lyson to free up McKee. And McKee gets a big gain as he's down at the 25-yard line. And there's an East Meadow player down at the 20 along the Oceanside sideline. Trying to see who that is. That might be Joe Abitabile. And as he's getting tended to, we'll step aside. 6:27 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Oceanside.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area's sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail.
Joe Abitabile able to come off and walk off under his own power. And he is out for the moment. Man in motion, pitched to Parachev. Parachev running left side, but out of another tackle. Parachev down by the goal line, falls into the end zone. Touchdown! Jake Parachev, his second touchdown of the day. And he showed his shiftiness again on that play. Receiving the pitch, good blocking on the left side for Oceanside. Breaks one tackle at the 15. Another 2 more right around the 5-yard line. That was a great job by Justin Alvarez getting over from his right tackle position all the way upfield, all the way on the left side of the field to make that last block and free Parachief, who's got 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing today. Was there a flag? Did I miss a flag? I did. Okay. An illegal formation. I missed that. Sometimes that's what happens when you work solo. I try it again, perhaps. Play action to Parachief. Throw to the right side. That's complete to Mecca. And Mecca spun down at the 27-yard line. A pickup of about 2, so it'll be 3rd down and 13 coming up. .550 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Oceanside leads. So wipe off the Parachief touchdown on illegal formation. Here's McKee with a hard count, some movement from the East Meadow side. And then he looks back to the Oceanside sideline. And we'll change up the play. McKee looks to his right, throws to the right, wide open is Cairo. Cairo bounces off 1 tackle, cuts to his left, back to his right, and he's down to the 10-yard line. A pickup of 17 yards and a first down for Oceanside as the drive continues for the Sailors. Well, and Cairo, as soon as that ball was snapped, he swept out of the backfield. Nobody ever really picked him up. And an easy gain for Cairo and Oceanside. Cairo to McKee's right. He'll run it right up the middle. And he's brought down for a minimal gain by Joe Abitabile, which is a good sign because he's back out on the field after going down earlier. Pickup of 2 yards on first down for Cairo. Clock running in the first quarter inside the 4:20 mark. A 7-0 Oceanside lead. Here's Lyson lining up behind the line of scrimmage. Play action to the right side. Touchdown! Ronnie Kramer. Tucking it inside the pylon. And Oceanside, who had the touchdown wiped off a moment ago because of illegal formation, no problem getting it back. Little pitch to the right side. McKee to Kramer. Second touchdown pass of the day for Charlie McKee. And Frank Maurizio is on for the extra point. Snap is down. The kick is good.
Extra point is good by number 88, Frank Maurizio.
So Oceanside 2 for 2 on their offensive possessions today. A 14-0 Sailors lead with 4 minutes to go in the first. We'll step aside on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
back at Oceanside High School. Matt Shortless with you as Oceanside out on top 14-0 here in the first quarter in this Nassau County quarterfinal playoff game in Conference 1. Here's a return from East Meadow, and the first return that the Jets have had an opportunity to return today. Shane McIntyre out across the 20 to the 23-yard line and tackled by Kramer. So how about that? Receiving a touchdown and then getting right on to special teams to make the tackle. So East Meadow's got their work cut out for them. They had a good drive on their last possession that stalled out in Oceanside territory. Now we have a whistle and a timeout taken by Oceanside with 3:52 to go in this one. You know, talking to Rob Blount earlier today, asked him, you know, what's a day like today, right? You're hosting a playoff game, often on a Saturday. Fans are getting here at 9 a.m. to start saving seats and claiming seats. And, you know, he was saying I get up around 5 a.m. when I get to the school and making sure that the stadium's set up, locker room's ready to go. And they also had a food drive today. So they normally will try to do a food drive. The football team had a food drive today. And they try to do one during the first round playoff game where they host a playoff game. He said the school will do one in a few weeks for a turkey shoot. So some of the food they collect goes to that. And the rest of the food goes to the Oceanside Community Service Food Pantry. Out of the timeout, East Meadow with it, 1st and 10. They give to the fullback, Rodriguez, out to the 25-yard line for a pickup of 3. And Nicky Cairo on the stop. Matt Rodriguez, fullback, who missed some time earlier this year. I mean, really, you could say that about a lot of guys and a lot of players around Nassau County and the island. Here's the left side look for Cabral, pardon me. And a flag is down. It looks like it's going to go against the Jets. And the holding brings the play all the way back to the 14-yard line. Remember, it's a spot foul in high school. That makes it 2nd and long. Again, it's spotted at the 14-yard line. Man in motion. Here's Spinola dropping back. His pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. Good pressure by Jack Hickam. Who started the last couple of games after again missing some time with injury. And now 3rd and long coming up for East Meadow. And this is a huge drive for them. Even though we're only in the first quarter, Oceanside has scored on both of their drives. The Jets haven't quite had an answer for the Sailors just yet. Spinola looked like he was going to pass. Spinola, now he does pass. A floater up in the air, and it's knocked away by Nick Cairo. But there is a flag down at the 40-yard line. Good time. Spinola able to evade Hickam. And it looks like Michael Mecca might have gotten a hand and pushed the wide receiver in the back a little bit from that angle. And we'll see where they spot the ball. So that's going to be spotted at the 29-yard line after a 15-yard penalty. So that really changes the tenor of this third down for East Meadow. So not an automatic first down, but it's 3rd and 3 instead of 3rd and 18 as it was a moment ago. Clock running with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. A 14-0 Oceanside lead. Man in motion is Torino. And they'll give up the middle, but nothing doing there. Miles McGann. And Logan Lyson getting in on the stop. Nowhere to run for East Meadow. And no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down, and East Meadow will have to kick it away. Nacionales on to punt. Had a good one, his first one. And another good one. It gets a pretty decent roll, but bouncing back the other way, and it's touched down at the 43-yard line. And that's where Oceanside will take over. Already with a 14-0 advantage. Here at home, trying to get back to the Nassau County semifinals for the 5th consecutive year, pardon me. Here you see Rob Blount in his 13th season. A Lawrence High School graduate in 2001. 4-year starter at LIU under Brian Collins, as well as a standout lacrosse player. And now, after a Week 1 victory earlier this year, Oceanside's all-time winningest coach. And it's no surprise if you have taken notice to what he has done in the program that he's put together. Charlie McKee and the Oceanside offense get back to it. Here's a look to the right side for Kramer. Kramer busts through a hole in a shoestring tackle by Brian Torino. But Kramer back into East Meadow territory. As the clock winding down here in the first quarter. First and 10 from the 43-yard line. Play action. Look down the right side as they're looking for Kramer, who goes up and makes the grab. It's a 43-yard touchdown from McKee to Kramer. Second time those two have hooked up today. And the 3rd touchdown tonight. Little play action pass. Plenty of time to throw. McKee didn't see anybody in his face. Good coverage, good effort by Shane McIntyre. But Ronnie Kramer, a 2-time All-County performer, including this year, went up and made the grab. Only 5'9", but used his whole target to go up and grab that one, and a tremendously placed ball by Charlie McKee as well, just over the outstretched hand of McIntyre, pardon me.
Kick is up and good by number 88, Frank Maurizio. 21-0.
And a 21-0 Oceanside lead.
With that score, Charlie McKee becomes the 4th all-time leading scorer in New York State history. Congratulations, number 7.
And they just announced on that play the 3rd touchdown of the day for Charlie McKee, 3rd passing touchdown, that he becomes the 4th all-time leading scorer in New York State football history. Looks like that's the end of the quarter as well. At the break, 21-0 Oceanside leading here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Julo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long. Wide open. Perazzi. He gets it. Perazzi. Foot raise. 10, 5. Make it. Touchdown. Punch. Counter punch. The trickery. Ryder gets it back. Goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch! This Ross Simmons strips him. That's loose. And Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it. Touchdown. Touchdown East.
We are back here on the J. Paul's Terrace Cafe Game of the Week. Oceanside leading East Meadow 21-0 as we begin the second quarter. Ball received at about the 15-yard line, brought up to the 25-yard line, and that's where East Meadow will take over as Torino knocked down. Also want to thank our sponsor tonight, Towers Funeral Home, Inc. in Oceanside. It's been family-owned and operated since 1933, and the entire staff is dedicated to serving families in Oceanside with professionalism, dignity, and compassion. And coming up at halftime, we'll have our fun little segment that we've been doing of late, taking a look at a local food establishment. Tonight it's the Brown Bag Express. It provides food to the Oceanside football team, and Chris Sweeney and I, our producer tonight, we'll get a first taste look or a first bite look of Brown Bag Express. Pickup of 6 yards on first down for East Meadow. A tall order for the Jets right now as they trailed 21-0 at the beginning of this second quarter. The senior Patrick Spinola back under center. Man in motion is Cabrew. Give to Cabrew, left side run, and he's spun down after a first down pickup out to about the 37-yard line. Talking to Frank Bagalivo earlier today, he was talking about his defense bending but not breaking. He said, we know we're going to give up yards. We know we're going to give up plays. But we got to find ways to not give up the scoring plays, which they haven't quite done today. But that is really what Oceanside's defense has been able to do so far. East Meadow has moved the ball at times fairly well, but they've come up with a big play when they needed to. Torino in motion. Spinola getting chased. Spinola going to send it downfield, and the closest receiver was Cabrew. But nobody really there, and now we have a flag down. Back at the 32-yard line. And it looks like this is going to go against Oceanside. Well, they had good pressure on Spinola, but perhaps a little bit too much pressure as it results in an Oceanside penalty. And a big one at that will actually move the ball into Oceanside territory at the 48-yard line. Cabrew in motion, give to the near side, and it's Torino with it. Torino, stiff arm, past one tackler, down to the 30, 25, trying to race up the sideline, but he stepped on the sideline, out of bounds. But a big run for Brian Torino. Who's really been their go-to ball carrier tonight. Ball down to the 24-yard line as they're looking for their first score of the evening. Rodriguez, the deep back. Cabrew in motion, and they give it to him following the blocking of Arbitello. He's got a first down at the 10-yard line, inside the 10 to the 5. Nice pancake by Arbitello. And it'll be first and goal from about the 6-yard line for East Meadow. And boy, if there is a time where they could use a score, now would be it. Having surrendered 3 touchdowns in that opening quarter to Oceanside. Here's Torino in motion. They give it to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez gets hammered by Miles McGann. And got about a yard there. And you've got to imagine if East Meadow needs to, this is 4-down territory. There's McIntyre splitting out to the near side. Option, keeper by Spinola.
Run by number 12, Patrick Spinola, stopped by number 22, Ronnie Kramer.
And Kramer making the stop. He's been all over the place tonight. 2 touchdowns, including that last monster one, a 48-yard grab. And it's 3rd down and goal for East Meadow. As the Oceanside team trying to get the crowd involved, a pitch, fake pitch, and Spinola is stood up right at the goal line. Logan Lyson made the stop, but it looks like forward progress was enough to get Spinola in. We'll take another look at it. As Spinola reaching over the goal line with his back to the end zone. A senior play and able to get in. The snap is down for the extra point, and the kick is good. East Meadow is on the board. Oceanside with a 21-7 advantage. 8:32 to go in the first half. Stay with us on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media.
A 4-yard touchdown run by the senior quarterback Patrick Spinola for his 8th total touchdown of the season gets East Meadow on the board with 8:32 remaining in the first half. And a big one for the Jets as they were held scoreless throughout. I mean, I said earlier, we've seen East Meadow move the ball. Oceanside was coming up with stops at key times. Now, the bigger test for East Meadow is, can they find a way to come up with a defensive stop against Oceanside? And it's going to be even tougher with a good return here out at the 30, and the ball continuing to move down to out to the 35-yard line in a pile of white and gray jerseys. So Charlie McKee, who has thrown 3 touchdowns on the evening, 1 to Jake Parachief and 2 to Ronnie Kramer. First and 10 for the Sailors at their own 30-yard line. McKee, play action, guns it over the middle, and it's complete across the midfield line. Logan Lyson for a 27-yard gain. And we'll take a timeout here. There's a timeout on the field with 7:55 to go in the first half, 21-7. Oceanside on top on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team.
Welcome back to Oceanside High School, our J. Paul's Terrace Cafe Game of the Week. As Oceanside's got it first and 10, McKee in some trouble, slings it to the right side, though, and that is complete to Michael Mecca. And Mecca brought down at the 39-yard line. Now, I mentioned the 4th all-time in scoring. I mean, McKee is just all over Nassau County, New York State, Long Island records. He's 85 touchdowns career-wise coming into today. We're 6th all-time in New York State history. He passed Joe Licata of Williamsville South earlier in this contest. Pass to the left side, and that is complete for Mecca. Mecca spins out of one tackle, and eventually he's brought down by Matt Rodriguez. The next player for total touchdowns in New York State history would be Joe Capabianco at 100. A give to the right side, and good pickup by Oceanside's Cairo. So at this rate right now, Charlie McKee, 88 touchdowns. He would need 12 more touchdowns to reach Joe Capabianco for tying him for 4th all-time in New York State touchdown history. Here's McKee, steps out of one tackle, runs to his right, and then he's brought down at the 15-yard line. Good enough for a first down. So that will move the chains.
And that's good for a first down, Oceanside.
You know, Rob Blount saying tremendous opportunity tonight coming in. Being at home, one more opportunity for a run with Charlie McKee in his 4 years as a starter. And the two of those together. Kramer motions to the backfield. Little screen pass left side for Mecca. Mecca will take it to the end zone.
Number 4, Mikey Becca. Touchdown, Oceanside.
Fourth touchdown tonight for Oceanside. Fourth passing touchdown for Charlie McKee. And Oceanside a point away from taking a 28-7 advantage. So the Sailor staff saw something, changed up the play. And after the ball was snapped, East Meadow almost looked like they were anticipating the screen pass coming to the right side because Matt Rodriguez froze a little bit. And instead, McKee looks to the other option and completes it to the left side for the touchdown. Maurizio on for the point after the snap is fumbled, though, and he's just falls on top of it. Brian Torino makes the tackle. So that almost the only blemish on the Oceanside ledger tonight. With 5:46 to go in the first half, 27-7 Oceanside leading on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media.
A look at the atmosphere here at Oceanside High School. The 309, the student section. In the near side bleachers. Always some of the loudest and most spirited. Not only in Nassau, but on the island. As Torino breaks one tackle and another across the 30. Out to the 40-yard line. Best return of the night for East Meadow.
Return by number 10, Brian Torino. Tackle made.
And the Jets off their first touchdown on their last drive. They're essentially trying to keep pace with Oceanside, who are a perfect 4 for 4 so far tonight. Again, an East Meadow team that was 4-3 a year ago, losing in the quarterfinals to Massapequa. And lost pretty much every starter on defense from last spring. First and 10, Cabrew in motion, give to the right side. This is Torino, and Torino bottled up right there, able to spin out of it and gain a little bit from there, but not much.
Tackle made by number 24, Jack Hickam.
Hickam made the initial stop. You know, we haven't seen Brian Surlis out tonight for East Meadow, and I did ask, you know, about 10 minutes before the game, went up to talk to Coach Baglivo and said any changes, any injuries. He said no, not since we talked earlier today. But I haven't seen him out there at all, and he's their leading rusher coming into tonight. Ball is down, and it's hopped on by Spinola. We'll see who has it, though. Oceanside, of course, putting their way. And it looks like they do. Oceanside's got it.
Fumble recovered by number 24, Jack Hickam.
Jack Hickam, who made a huge hit on Torino a moment ago, now able to come up with the fumble recovery. As Spinola dropped the ball on the transfer. And a costly error as Oceanside gets the ball back with a short field to work with. They'll have it at the East Meadow 38-yard line. And McKee already with 4 passing touchdowns tonight. Give to the right side. Back it comes for McKee. He loads up and fires wide open at the 10-yard line was Logan Lyson.
Catch made by number 6, Logan Lyson. Touchdown, Oceanside.
Boy, you know when you're playing Oceanside in a big game, you might see 1 or 2 of those. It started with a pitch to Ronnie Kramer. Kramer threw it back to McKee, who was back at the 50-yard line by that point, but it didn't matter because nobody had covered the junior wide receiver Logan Lyson. And Lyson, the 38-yard touchdown reception, the 5th touchdown for Charlie McKee tonight. Oh, it looked like there was something after the play. But I missed what it was. I missed the signal as well. So Oceanside back for a point after. Frank Maurizio didn't have an opportunity to kick the last one as the snap was fumbled. Good snap, good placement this time, and Maurizio knocks it through. One play, a 38-yard touchdown. Hook up between McKee and Lyson. All Oceanside here in the first half on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Back to our J. Paul's Terrace Cafe game of the week. 4:21 to go in the first half, and it's been all Oceanside, a 34-7 lead. 5 touchdown passes today for Charlie McKee. Now 90 career touchdowns in an Oceanside uniform. The penalty was assessed after on the kickoff here, and it's going to be great defensive field position for Oceanside.
Tackle made by number 6.
After Torino was spun down by Lyson. Well, that's the second time today that an Oceanside player scored a touchdown and then on the ensuing kickoff made a special teams tackle. There was Lyson a moment ago and then Ronnie Kramer earlier in this game. And it shows you the sort of edge, the sort of attitude that Oceanside comes with game in and game out. So East Meadow's got their work cut out for them. They have it at their own 5-yard line. Senior Patrick Spinola back out. Left side run for Cabrew. And Cabrew gives him a little bit of breathing room and a first down across the 15-yard line. First down and 10 from the 18 for East Meadow. Man in motion is Cabrew. Give right up the gut to Rodriguez, and nothing doing there.
Tackle made by number 18, Nikki Cairo.
Cairo there for Oceanside. Looked like Adrian Baez, the sophomore, might have got a piece of that as well. No gain for 2nd and 10. Again, coming up, we'll have our fun halftime food segment where we sample a little fare from Brown Bag Express. Myself and Chris Sweeney. We got our sandwiches lined up from Tom, the owner. Had a nice conversation with him pregame, and he's down right now taking pictures for Oceanside. Brian Torino tries to jackknife through the offensive line. Able to pick up about 7 before he's brought down by McGann, and that makes it a 3rd and manageable, 3rd down and 3. Inside 2.5 to go in this first half. 34-7, Oceanside leading. 3rd and 3 for East Meadow. McIntyre splitting out on the near side. Cabrew goes in motion. Pitch to the left side for Cabrew. He can't handle it. Ball's on the turf. Who's got it? And it looks like Oceanside comes up with it. Joey Broderick came away with it. On the 2nd straight possession for East Meadow, where they have sort of an unforced fumble. This time on the option pass out. And Oceanside's got an opportunity to add on to this lead with 2:06 to go in the first half. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. Pitch to the left side for Oceanside. This is Parachief. Parachief down inside the 10-yard line. And the Oceanside offensive line really setting the tone tonight. Charlie McKee has barely been hurried in this first half. Cairo to his right side now. McKee in on the slant, and it's complete. Touchdown, Looked like Parrot Chief again. Second time that Parent Chief and McKee have hooked up. And an Oceanside touchdown. They have put up 40 points in this first half with 1:25 to go here at home in the Nassau County quarterfinals. Maurizio on for another point after. He's been busy tonight, and he knocks another one through. 41-7 the score here with 1:25 to go in the first half. All Sailors trying to find their way back to Hofstra on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi. He gets it. Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it. Touchdown. Punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
This Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it! Touchdown! Touchdown East!
Welcome back to our J. Paul's Terrace Cafe Game of the Week. And again, want to thank our sponsor this week, the Towers Funeral Home Incorporated in Oceanside. It's been family owned and operated since 1933. And the entire staff is dedicated to serving families with professionalism, dignity, and compassion. All Oceanside in this one have their sights set on a 5th consecutive Nassau County semifinals appearance or better. (41-7) in the waning minutes of this first half. Torino trying to fight his way forward to the 25-yard line. Still on his feet across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And what more can you say about this Oceanside offense? It's been an aerial show all out. 6 touchdowns in this first half. Cairo, Lyson, Kramer's got a couple, Parachief. And the offensive line of Corvino, Diaz, Cagno, Broderick, and Alvarez have given them all the time in the world to work with. Oh, good stop right away. And Oceanside has made the most of 2 fumbles in the last 2 possessions for East Meadow. As the stop made there by McGann, and he was even ball hawking on that one, trying to rip it away. Interestingly, this is only the 2nd all-time playoff appearance or playoff meeting between these 2 teams. The first one was back in 2006, and East Meadow won that one by a score of 40-7. It's essentially our score here at halftime in favor of Oceanside, flipped over. First meeting all time between these 2 teams was in 1957. That Oceanside won 12-6. Pitch left side for Cabrew. And Cabrew maybe got a yard there. Michael Mecca the stop on that one. Closing seconds of the first half, and the horn will sound on the first half. But boy, what a performance by Oceanside on both sides of the ball, but especially offensively. They were not stopped. Charlie McKee threw 6 different touchdown passes, highlighted by this play and a trick that Rob Blount had up his sleeve. It was Logan Lyson untouched for 38 yards. And Oceanside has a 41-7 lead here at halftime. Again, coming up, it's our local restaurant spotlight and halftime at Oceanside here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back again to Oceanside High School. Matt Shortis and Chris Sweeney with you as we have halftime here with Oceanside on top 41-7. And again, time for our local restaurant spotlight, and that is Brown Bag Express. It's located at 3114 Lawson Boulevard here in Oceanside, right near the Oceanside train station. You can find them at brownbagny.com and phone number 516-548-7078. So we got a little unboxing here, right?
You have to love the attention to detail.
Yeah.
Look at this nice like burlap bag. It's got the embroidery on there. Like I said, attention to detail. It's beautiful.
So we got I know we have a cookie in here, but we have 2 sandwiches. We have a ham and Swiss, and it's got a creamy Creole mustard, lettuce on a ciabatta bread.
Nice.
And then we also have the club, a sliced turkey breast, crisp bacon, lettuce, tomato, and garlic aioli.
So
on
I think we
ciabatta
should
bread.
kind of like tag team this. Maybe
Yeah.
you do the ham and Swiss. I'll
Sure.
do the club. We'll enjoy them. What I like about Brown Bag Express is the concept.
Yeah.
You can go to any deli on Long Island, and you can wait there for an hour, half an hour. Sometimes you're on your lunch break. You want to get just a quick bite to eat, and you can't get in there because there's a line out the door.
Yeah.
This is different because everything is prepackaged. As you can see, it's got the nice label on there. It tells you what's on there. You go in there, grab a sandwich, and go on your way.
And we were talking to Tom, the owner, who's been involved with Oceanside football for a long time. Rob Blount's first year, he was the head of the President's Club. He's been taking photographs and pictures during the events for years. So if you've ever come here at Oceanside High School and you're from the parking lot, you could see all the pictures kind of lined up.
That's him.
That's his work. So,
Yeah.
we were talking to him, and he was saying he got the idea sort of when a deli closed in his neighborhood, and he thought about buying that specific deli. He said the all the stuff was there already, right? They had everything they needed. And that just kind of put the seed of the idea into his brain. And eventually he said he found a better location, right? If you're a deli owner and you're right across from the Long Island Railroad Station, that's a pretty good spot, pretty good real estate. Unfortunately for Tom, they opened, or they had pretty much everything staffed right before lockdown of the pandemic. So if you're a small business owner, that was not really the time to open. He said it's definitely been challenging, but they're kind of starting to find their way a little bit, and hopefully as more people continue to, commute back into the city, that'll be a big thing. But for him, he said, we're not for everybody. If you want your sandwich without the aioli or anything like that, it's not going to happen because they make everything and it's prepackaged. But he said, for us, if you want to be in and out of our restaurant in 30 seconds, you can. And you can grab something, you can go. And he said a ton of their business is repeat business. So people like the product, people like what it is, And it's convenient if you're heading into the city or coming home from the city. You need to grab something quick.
Absolutely. So I think we should stop talking. I think we should start eating.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's rock and roll with these things.
They're well packaged. And the other thing about Brown Bag Express is they also feed the Oceanside football team. So
Yeah, Rob Blount has his own sandwich.
Rob Blount's got his own sandwich, which is I wrote it down. It was a
Turkey, cheese, Creole mustard.
I think it was a ham American.
Ham.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they also have, if you're an Oceanside football fan, they have the Massapequa. And I was talking to Rob Blount, and I said, well, how do they have a sandwich named the Massapequa? He said it's chicken.
Yeah.
So they're
That
little
big rivalry that they have.
dig at Massapequa. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
let's
We've
dig
been
in.
here for a bunch of those Massapequa Oceanside games.
Yeah, they get
You
wild.
can watch them on demand. Varsity Media Sports Network.
So you have the club.
I have the club.
I have the ham and Swiss sandwich.
All right, let's get
And
going on
we'll
this.
go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a little. Let me see if they gave us any napkins. No, I think you might be out of luck. Gotta just
Yeah, it's fine.
let the mustache do its work.
Yeah, for sure. But honestly, you can tell the quality of the sandwich. The bread is fantastic. It's got this really nice creamy aioli on there, too.
Yep.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, mine's got a little spice to it, but the creaminess is really good. And sometimes when you get, especially a sandwich that's been, you feel like, pre-made or sitting there or anything like that, sometimes the bread can be a little hard. Mm-hmm. This is not that. Not that.
You can tell it's a super fresh bread. Really nice ciabatta roll. And we have some more. We have some more of this, too, right?
Yeah, I think there's a...
See, I have a big sweet tooth.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I'm gonna give this to you. I'm not a huge peanut butter guy.
Okay.
So this is a oatmeal cookie, peanut butter, vanilla cream, chocolate chips, and space dust. I don't know what space dust is, but it's probably got to be up your alley.
Sign me
so
up.
it's like a creamy cookie sandwich.
As I said, I have a bad sweet tooth.
You go with that. I'm gonna continue to eat
Okay.
my ham sandwich because it's good and I'm hungry.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been treated to some great football so far, and our appetites are getting there. So yeah, Brown Bag Express. Top quality stuff located in Oceanside.
Again, they're at 3114 Lawson Boulevard, Oceanside, right by the Long Island Railroad Station. You can find them at brownbagny.com.
Look at this thing.
516-548-7078. And your verdict on the cookie.
Thumbs up.
Excellent.
Thumbs up.
So thanks, Tom. Appreciate you hooking us up tonight. Brown Bag Express. Again, brownbagny.com. 3114 Lawson Boulevard, Oceanside. It's pre-made. It's takeout. You can be in and out in 30 seconds, a minute, and be on your way. So if you're looking for something quick, something delicious, hit up Brown Bag Express here in Oceanside.
Yeah, so we're going to finish our sandwiches, make sure our camera guys have a little bit too, because they're giving us these great shots in the field.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to some action here at Oceanside.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Can I do the call and everything like that?
If you like,
So we'll be right back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Now I have to do my job
you
as a
gotta do your
director
part.
and throw the commercials on here. All right.
It's a lot easier than it looks, right?
Oh my God, so much easier.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
West rolls right. Under pressure. He's got a man. That's complete. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Southside. got a good secondary, so if they're passing a lot, he kind of likes where they are. There's Robbins, though, the powerful runner. Cam Robbins breaks 2 tackles, breaks a 3rd tackle, and he's in for the score. Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this in the other direction. Make it! Touchdown! Touchdown East!
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video. It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Right. Under pressure. He's got a man. That's complete. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Southside. We've got a good secondary, so if they're passing a lot, he kind of likes where they are. There's Robbins, though, the powerful runner. Cam Robbins breaks 2 tackles, breaks a 3rd tackle, and he's in for the score. Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
Does Ross Simmons script him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction, make it, touchdown, touchdown East.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video. It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Under pressure, he's got a man. That's complete. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Southside. We've got a good secondary, so if they're passing a lot, he kind of likes where they are. There's Robbins, though, the powerful runner. Cam Robbins breaks 2 tackles, breaks a 3rd tackle, and he's in for the score.
We welcome you back to the third quarter at Oceanside High School. Matt Shortis here with you. Chris Sweeney, our producer. Making sure the pictures and sounds and everything going out to you looks and sounds good. Here on the J. Paul's Terrace Cafe Game of the Week. All Oceanside in the first half, 41-7 over East Meadow in this Nassau County quarterfinal game, and they get the ball to start the third quarter as well. So still a lot of football left to be played, but for East Meadow, has to be a bit troubling for sure. Looking up and seeing the scoreboard with that score in halftime. And especially the way Oceanside's offense has moved the ball. Senior quarterback Charlie McKee has thrown 6 touchdowns. He came into this game with 85 career touchdowns, now at 91. And perhaps with Capabianco of Lawrence in his sights for the all-time, or next up on the all-time leading touchdown scoring list in New York State with 100. And we haven't seen Oceanside run the ball a ton in the first half, but they kept it fairly balanced. And they start the second half off with a rush. And no McKee in at quarterback.
Run by number 27, Luke Villela.
And Luke Villela on the carry. So no clock on the scoreboard. It's being kept on the field by the officials, which would indicate to me that we are potentially in a running time situation. And again, Villela in at quarterback. He hands it off to Ryan Denny. And Denny out to the 45-yard line on fourth, and that'll bring up fourth down and make it 4th and 4. And we'll see if Oceanside elects to punt for the first time today, and they do. So usually this is something that the coaches have to get to and talk through. Good snap, high, spiraling end over end kick. A little shallow, but takes an Oceanside bounce inside the 30. And down at the 25-yard line by Adrian Baez. So again, we're going a little blind on the time here because there is no time on the scoreboard. It's being kept on the field officially, but not a long drive for Oceanside. It was 3 and out as they took all their offensive starters out. McKee's day was done. At least for now, we'll see if something were to change based on what East Meadow does here. Run off to the right side for East Meadow's Brian Torino, who's had his work cut out for him today. All 4 Nassau County Conference 1 matchups were taking place tonight. Oceanside and East Meadow was the earliest start time at 5 o'clock. And I was talking to Rob Blount earlier today, and I said, 5 o'clock sort of an interesting start time. What kind of led to that? He said, well, we have a great history of Friday night under the lights games. Coaches, both coaches had to agree to that start. And also, we've hosted playoff games here in Oceanside, and once the sun goes down, it can get pretty chilly. So they were trying to make it not too late, so it wasn't too cold. And again, elsewhere in Conference 1, Massapequa was hosting Port Washington. That's the 1-8 matchup. That started at 6 o'clock at Berner Middle School. Syosset this afternoon hosted Hempstead. I'll try and get you a score on that one. And then Freeport Farmingdale, big rivalry game at 6:30 at Farmingdale. So 1 yard pickup. And that'll make it 2nd down and 9. Run right up the middle. And the Oceanside tackle made by Dennis Kleiner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're the owner of a gray Traverse, license plate GEP3243. Your car needs to be moved. That's GEP3243.
3rd down and 3. Man in motion, the give up the middle. It's good enough for a 1st down for East Meadow, as they're just shy of midfield. And Nick Spinato on the carry there for East Meadow.
Tackle made by number 56, Christian Scarlata.
And Christian Scarlata on the stop. A few minutes into the 3rd quarter here, 41-7 Oceanside leading in this Nassau County quarterfinal game. And the ball almost came out. Scarletta again on the stop, as well as Ryan Denny, but a loss of 2. So that makes it 2nd down and 13. Man in motion, but a run up the middle, and Oceanside has got it read and diagnosed beautifully.
By number 75, Matt Maldonado.
Matt Maldonado coming up with a big tackle for loss. A loss of 2 additional yards makes it 3rd and 15. Gave off to the left side for Cabrew. Cabrew into Oceanside territory with a big run. And he's brought down at the 25-yard line. Longest play from scrimmage today. For East Meadow. And they officially mark him out of bounds at the 30. Patrick Spinola remains under center. Shane McIntyre, lone wide receiver, give up the middle for Spinato. And Spinato will bowl his way forward, a pickup of about 7 or 8 on first down.
Tackle made by number 30, Charlie Costanza.
Charlie Costanza coming up with the stop. And Frank Baglivo, in his first season as East Meadow head coach, his 4th season overall on the staff. As shaking out of a tackle was Cabrew. Cabrew running to the left side out of one more tackle and eventually dragged down at the 4-yard line
Run by number 15, Brandon.
by Logan Kowalski.
And tackle made by
And good stick-to-itiveness by Kowalski. And we'll have a timeout. I think that might be the end of the 3rd quarter. And that it is. So East Meadow driving. 3rd quarter comes to a close. Oceanside still on top here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team.
Start of the 4th quarter, East Meadow driving and threatening here. Spinola under center and man in motion. Spinola keeping himself. Spinola options it to the right side and the ball nearly fumbled. And it looks like it did come out. Oceanside looks like they got it. 3rd fumble by East Meadow today, and the 3rd fumble recovered by Oceanside today, and that one was Christian Scarlatta coming up with the fumble recovery to start the 4th quarter. Coming here from Oceanside High School, our J. Paul's Terrace Cafe game of the week. And again, want to thank Towers Funeral Home Incorporated in Oceanside. They've been family owned and operated since 1933. The entire staff dedicated to serving families with professionalism, dignity, and compassion. Start of the 4th quarter, and the Oceanside defense just coming up with a turnover. There's some confusion, though, as Frank Baglivo calls his team over. And I started saying it a little bit. Well, I'll wrap that point up in a second. We'll come back to that. Coming up this November, the official broadcast partner. We are Varsity Media Sports Network, the official broadcast partner of the 2021 Catholic Championships, both AA2, AA1, and AAA, all coming to you November 20th from the Mitchell Athletic Complex in Uniondale. And watch all 3 games on the Varsity Media Sports Network YouTube channel right here. And of course, subscribe to us on YouTube as well. And Frank Baglivo, the head coach of East Meadow, his first year, 4th on the staff. Former head coach Vinny Massia for East Meadow still on the staff. as Oceanside will start with a run to try and give themselves a little breathing room.
Run by number 32, Andrew.
And that is Andrew Greco. So Vinny Massia, after his son Matt's senior season, he decided to kind of take a step back, step away a little bit, because he wanted to watch his son play college football up at the University of New Hampshire. He still coaches baseball. And Matt Massia in his senior season. And he will likely return, Vinny Massia will, to being the head coach of the East Meadow Jets next year.
Run by number 33,
Ryan Denny on the carry. Good pickup on second down, gets it out to about the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up. High snap, but a run up the middle. This will be good enough for a 1st down and to keep the drive alive for Oceanside. As Andrew Greco has gotten a bulk of the carries on this drive since they took over after the fumble. And clock running down on the field. It's being kept on the field. So no time running on the scoreboard at the moment. Here is Greco running left side. Some good running room and picks up 12 or 13. And tempers flaring a little bit as Zach Vella coming in and almost making a late block that potentially could have been flagged, but Oceanside fortunate that no penalty was called. The Sailors keeping everything on the ground. This is a handoff to the right side for Logan Kowalski. Kowalski off to the right side and pushed out of bounds after a 5-yard pickup. Aiden Antonucci coming up and making some big blocks there. Dennis Kleiner in on the offensive line as well. Ethan Call in as a wide receiver, as is Dylan Bender. Here's a run left side for Ryan Denny. And Denny going to be wrapped up by Brendan Cabrew. So Oceanside should be facing the winner of the Syosset and Hempstead game. Massapequa with the number 1 seed. Should they win today, they will take on the winner of Farmingdale and Freeport all next week at Hofstra's Short Stadium. Good run for a 1st down there at the 48-yard line. Again, just what a performance today from Oceanside's offense, led by Charlie McKee, who threw 6 touchdowns in the first half. Logan Lyson had a couple, added Ronnie Kramer. A couple of touchdown receptions, that is, and some big tackles on defense as well. And this Oceanside defense was tremendous in the first half as well. Here's a carry for Villela, Luke Villela, that is. A freshman running back. Getting some good run right now. You know, one of the things that Rob Blount, the head coach of Oceanside, talked about a little bit with an eye towards next year was because of the spring season to fall season quick turnaround here, is that programs, he feels, might be a little bit behind, not this year, but next year, with young guys not quite having gotten the reps that you would want them to get. So an opportunity here he sees in a playoff game to get some young guys in and some game experience. That was Denny, though, a senior, so a kind of mix of seniors getting some action for the last time here at home in front of their home crowd, and also some young guys to get them some reps as well. And Oceanside trying to make it to the Nassau County semifinals for the 5th consecutive year, dating back to 2017. And you could say it's 6 in the last 7 seasons, as they lost in the county finals last year, a semifinals appearance in 2019. County finals lost in 2018 after a Nassau County championship, followed by a loss in the LIC to Lindenhurst, and that was in 2017. And again in 2016, they lost in the quarterfinals on the road to Massapequa. So this is a program that is as consistent as they come in Nassau County Conference 1. And Oceanside looks like they're going into the victory formation. So coming onto the field to take the knee was Matt Rossler, a senior. Again, a chance to play here at home for the last time. A 3-year varsity player. He got hurt week 2 against Syosset. He tore ligaments in his ankle. And a huge loss. They just got him back kind of practicing again a couple of weeks ago. Committed to Johns Hopkins. He's a wide receiver, a tight end, tremendous linebacker. And he, along with McKee and Michael Mecca, all back there, 3 seniors. And that'll do it for this one. Quick moving second half after a tremendous first half outburst by Oceanside. 41-7 victorious today over East Meadow. As they move on to the county semifinals, the Big Four championship once again for the 5th straight year for Oceanside and Rob Blount. And Charlie McKee, who started his career with a county finals appearance and a loss to Freeport, trying to get back there once more in his senior season. But a good first step for Oceanside as they win 41-7 here on a Friday night at Oceanside High School. So we thank you for joining us. That'll do it for us, for everybody involved in our broadcast. For Chris Sweeney, our producer, I'm Matt Shortis, saying so long. And we'll catch you next time as Oceanside moves on to Hofstra with a 41-7 win over East Meadow tonight.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.